How we doing, guys? So down here at our second golf day with our co-branded event with Altica. Today we're not doing the ice cream sandwiches as it's getting a little bit too hot. We are switching back to the original Just Do It safe to eat edible dough. Sorry for lacking on the videos lately and not being able to get as much content out as I would like to. I've just been really busy with uni and stuff and all that sort of thing. Best thing about doing these golf days is I don't have to worry about, making margins and making anything back because everything's already paid for. And that's just really peace of mind, and it's fun because I get to enjoy it and really converse about the product and converse about our co-sponsored product as well, which is Altica and the services they provide. So this is a really good way for companies, if they want to hire us, to really engage with their audience, because when people come up, they're like, oh, what's this? Is it ice cream? And you're like, no, for the 10,000th time, it's not ice cream, but I don't blame them. It looks like ice cream. Like, it's not. We serve it like ice cream and all that sort of stuff. That's just for the nostalgia and, the quirkiness of our product. But yeah, so we really get that customer engagement. So I'll be sitting here and I'll be talking for a couple of minutes while, each person takes a hit, and they can really engage with the product and engage with both brands of what we're trying to convey and the product we are trying to sell them, which is basically in the end what we always want to try and do is sell something. You can act and converse nicely and talk about all different things, and but the end goal is always to sell something. So and that isn't in like a oh, we've got to sell everything sort of way. It's just you got to keep it always in the back of the mind that you're trying to progress your agenda further. So we had the guy, we had the management come over here, the executive manager, and I was having a chat and I was like, oh, look, we provide these services and that sort of stuff at golf days, and pushing my agenda. And he was like, oh yeah, well, we actually have a gap in that market. We have people that are always wanting to have, unique holes and unique experiences for when they have a party or a function, all that sort of stuff, and they have things out in the golf day. So you always got to be pushing your agenda, and you never know, you might find that keyhole that you can slot your key / agenda straight into. But yeah, so that's always got to be in the back of your mind. Some people to experience in their life is to work for themselves. Even if it's just for a day, you do something for yourself, and you get paid for it. It's really it's a really enjoyable, self-fulfilling venture when you take it on, because I'm sitting here, I'm getting paid for something that I love and I enjoy doing. And if you guys can find that in your life, it may not necessarily be about money, but it is good because then you can have your house, you can go home and you can live. So that's a necessity. But if you're doing something that you love doing, like I enjoy nothing more than making some cookie dough, sitting down, listening to some podcasts or listening to some music or watching a movie, because I can do those things at the same time. And then selling the product as well. It provides such a great experience for everyone who eats it. I just had, an 80-year-old man come up and was like, oh, this reminded me when I used to eat it out of the bowl when my mum was making cookies, in probably 1935 or something, something crazy thing that everybody has to experience once in their life. And that is working for themselves. And may that be in the capacity of, just for one day or for a lifetime. It's a really self-fulfilling venture, and you can get real satisfaction out of it. Everybody in this life's looking for, satisfaction and happiness. Happiness is this word that gets thrown around a lot, and people, want to buy the nicest car, buy the newest watch and all that sort of stuff. But really, once you get that, after the next month, you want the next thing, and you want the next thing, and you want the next thing, and you're never going to be self-fulfilled. And one thing that this really does for me is it fulfills me and brings me joy, because I can bring lasting, a lasting experience, not happiness, to the people who I share this dough with. And now it's really great because we're expanding across the country, and I get to you know, watch my little baby grow, and myself and Caitlin's little baby grow. We both get to watch it expand across the country, and you know, that's a really fulfilling thing. That fulfills me more than the new motorbike I bought the other day, sort of thing. And I've been there, done that. I bought a $30,000 motorbike, and then I jumped on it, and it was great for the first couple of times, but it got old quick, and I wanted the next thing. And that's a really big issue in today's society, and we all got to try and, you know, get over that. So my recommendation is, if you can try and work one day in your life for yourself, then do it. And even if it's for setting up a market store, having a car boot sale and selling something that you made, pardon me, or even, you know, selling your clothes, and just spending some time to really build yourself. So may that be through, you know, self-improvement or education or learning or just practice, all these sorts of things, they give you that fulfillment. Sorry, I just got interrupted again. This is gonna be a common theme with my golf day videos. But basically, yeah, working for yourself, doing something that's gonna really self-fulfill you, gonna make you happy. And you know, that's a hard thing to achieve, but you really gotta think about it, sit down, take some time, you know, spend time doing things that you love. And if you can make money out of that, then that's great. But if you can't, then, you know, do those things in your spare time, but always have in the back of your mind that you want to move towards that end goal of doing something that's going to make you truly happy. Because buying things, buying a new watch, buying a new car, as I said, it's really not going to get you there. Experiences and memories is what, you know, brings true happiness. This is all my opinion, so this is not, I'm not a philosopher or guru or know the answer or anything like that. Nobody knows the answer to anything, but that's just my opinion on, you know, how the 20 years of my life that I've gone through and learnt a lot of things, and that's just how I found to interpret my experiences. So yeah, thanks for listening to my little philosophical rant. Wow, my stutter's really bad today. If any of you guys don't know that I do have a stutter, and it's actually the worst thing in the world that I decided to make a cookie dough company. It's the worst thing in relation to my stutter, because half the time I can't actually say cookie dough. I stutter over cookie dough. So people are like, oh, what is it? And I'm like, oh, it's safety edible cookie dough. And they're like, what? But then I guess it also does bring into the, what did he just say? Like cookie dough, and then puts more emphasis on it. So could be used as a marketing tactic, but not really. One thing that I really value from these videos is your feedback. As I've seen that from, you know, episode 1 to episode 6, I've gotten sort of substantially better at, you know, not stumbling over ums and ahs and all that sort of thing. And I just said an but that's only because this dude's just coming past me. But yeah, so I've just felt that I've gotten substantially better, and that's through self-analysis, but also you guys giving your feedback and saying, oh, you're doing this too much, or some of the feedback's been there's been too much of my life stuff and not enough business things. So I'll start making the change to, you know, talking about business and business related philosophical rants sort of thing, because I feel that they're pretty relatable. And yeah, so it'll be more numbers and all that sort of stuff, and especially with the license agreement that's in the works now. The next meeting I'll take you guys in and sort of walk you through how it's all going down and where we're at in that process. So yeah, that's very, very exciting. And our partners from Western Australia will actually be coming over next week, so I might introduce you guys to them also. We'll be showing them how to make the dough, all those sorts of things, all the things they need to know to be able to run the company over in Western Australia. So that's extremely exciting, and hopefully then from then we can duplicate that and take it all around Australia. I'll really endeavour to try and get some more business stuff, the numbers, how cash flow works, all that sort of things. Tax, you know, minimising tax is a big thing, and a great thing about having your own company is, you know, you can really use tax deductions to your advantage. You know, if you buy something that's relatable to your business, then you can deduct it. You know, there's nothing wrong about minimizing your tax. This year we probably, you know, paid zero tax because of all of the assets and the capital that we bought for the company. We bought this new bike that we have. We bought a lot of other things, and every time we and considering now we're a company, we have to charge GST. So we can now claim GST credits. So we will have to still pay GST. We'll have to pay 50%. You can only claim up to 50% with GST credits. But at least by you using that and using your knowledge, you can basically half the amount of tax you're paying to the government, and they don't really utilize it that well. So I'm not going to be making them extra donations. I saw a video from Kerry Packer the other day, and he was saying, talking about minimizing tax and all that sort of stuff, and he basically said that the government isn't doing a very good job, so why would I be donating them extra money out of my hard work to continue doing something that they're incapable of doing very well. Now, one thing that I'd like to touch on the business related side of things is that now in our contemporary society, social media marketing, social media is such a massive platform, and you can now build an entire business just around social media marketing. So if you guys have an idea or you're thinking about doing something, think about how you're going to market it on social media. So say if you wanted to have a particular brand of food or a clothing company or something like that, try go into Facebook, do some research, and you can see that there's different categories that Facebook has that you can align and you can advertise to once you get your business up and running. So basically, I think Facebook has over 300 different interests that they basically take all of your data. So when you're using Facebook, you'll sort of find that you're seeing products you want to buy, like say, for example, I don't see nail polish cleaner or anything like that, things that girls would see or anything like that, because I don't search those sorts of things. So Facebook has a pretty complex algorithm, however you want to say it, that really does a lot of the work for you. So as I was saying, once you're starting this business that you're going to really go through some background research of social media marketing, because you can say if you want to do one thing, maybe there's not an interest that Facebook has that can be aligned to your product. So say if you're a really niche market and you're selling, I don't know, fish oil or something, you may be able to go to vitamins, but you won't be able to specifically target people who are trying to find fish oil or like fish oil or use fish oil. So you can sort of look through that list, and even if you don't have a business idea, you can look through that list and go, oh, okay, here's number 400 on the list. I can target that and create a business and revolve it around that, purely social media, Facebook marketing, because it's so cheap. Like you can reach a couple of thousand people for as little as $20 or $10 or something like that. And the engagement's really great. You can usually get like probably about 30 cents per click, depending on how good your content is and how good your imagery and all that sort of stuff is. So it's all dependent on how well you actually present your product and how good your product actually is. You have to have the confidence of backing within your product. You can start whole businesses and little small side gigs if you're working, part-time. You can invest a little bit of money instead of investing in a bank or something like that. You can invest $500 in starting your own business, and you can start off small with a couple of different products, and you can outsource them, or you can make them yourself and sell them online. So I just remembered that Facebook marketing, they also have not only the interest, they also have a map. So one other thing you can do is, if you are a location-based business and you're not necessarily just targeting throw a blanket over everybody who wants to buy fish oil or whatever it was, and you're targeting a location, say you're a market stall. So what we do is, say we're going to be in Burleigh, we'll go a 5-10K radius of Burleigh, and we can target that specific area, people who are aligned with our interests, who like cookie dough, who like chocolate, who like desserts, who buy ice cream on a Friday night with their credit card. We can target that, and for a very cheap price. Back in the day with television marketing, you pay a couple of $1,000s for ads that maybe no one who actually is aligned with your interests or even likes your product will ever actually see. So today, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. You're getting people who are engaged and they trust Facebook marketing to be providing them with things that they like. So you go on Facebook and you're seeing only things that you like. So by having that in the back of your mind when you're scrolling through Facebook, something pops up and Facebook knows that you like it, and you know that Facebook is going to provide you with only good content and only good products, because that's what Facebook does. They rank you on how good your content is and how good your product is. So if you want to be higher on the rankings, you have to have better photos, better writing, all that sort of stuff, like a better writing underneath your photos, sort of like Google SEOs and that sort of stuff for your website. You got to really share some good content, and maybe that be give free content or advice or something like that underneath this photo, and they'll get you higher on the rankings. So sorry, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but basically what I was talking about is you can have the map. So when we had Uber Eats, we could do the Uber Eats radius of 4 kilometers each way as the crow flies, and we could target that area, and people who either use Uber Eats in the past or eat dessert or go to Cold Rock Ice Creamery. It's really incredible what you can do now. It even gives you the numbers. It goes, there is 2.3 million people in this interest group that you are now able to target, which can just exponentially grow your business. If you can, even get 100 of those 2.3 million people to buy your $10 product, that's a lot of money. So as I was saying, just social media marketing, really go have a look at it if you're thinking about starting your own side thing, because you can build an entire company just around Facebook marketing, which is then linked to Instagram, and all those other platforms. And Snapchat also has social media marketing as well now, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get more. There's only going to be more categories and more interests that you can target. So yeah, go check that out. And I highly recommend using social media marketing if you already have an established business, or if you are going to start one. Just have a look at it and see what you can find out. Do some background research, and you may be able to find a pretty good gateway into how to get your product to market and get it out and get it in front of people's eyes. Just packing up here now. It's been a very good day. Still got lots of dough left though, so I might package that up and give it out to some friends and family and all that sort of stuff. But thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.